Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, clearly.
Okay. I think I put on my camera. Well, that's better. Good evening, everyone, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. We're about 5 minutes behind schedule, so I'll try to keep my introduction as short as possible. But first of all, would like to say a very big thank you to Brahma Kumaris, Rosbell, our guest speaker that we'll be listening to in a few minutes from now, Dr. Hari Shetty, and also the organizers of this wonderful event that we are a part of today, and none other than Brahma Kumaris again, the Rotary Club of Mocha, the Rotary Club of Rosebell, the Rotary Club of Maybug, Rotary Club of Rotary Club of Rosebell, and the Lions Club of Grant Paul. So right now, without wasting our time, I'd like us to start by an opening address by Sister Rupa. She's the coordinator of the Brahma Kumaris Center in Rosebell. Over to you, Sister Rupa.
Good evening and Om Shanti to all our brothers and sisters from the Rotary Clubs, Lion Club, all those who are listening to us online. Say very, very hearty welcome to all of you. We are pleased to have now Brother Shetty among us, especially today from India, to share his views on a very new topic. And we are all eager to listen or to learn new things to enhance our life. So it's a great pleasure to welcome Brother Harish Shetty. And also we are very thankful to our brothers and sisters of the Rotary Club who collaborated with us to organize this special program. Also, myself eager to know about this new subject, a new topic that brother is going to talk to us, and it's a great pleasure now meeting all our brothers and sisters who are for the first time in contact with us or together with us tonight, this evening. So the best of luck to all those who will be benefiting from Brother Shetty's special intervenance today. I hope everybody will enjoy this session. And so, as usual, when there is the session of question answers, mostly we Mauritians, so we can say we are very hesitant to ask questions. So while listening to this speech, everyone can make out or whatever things are not clear. Be free to ask your brother. He will be very happy to share his views, to give the right answers to whatever question we have. So at the end of the session, hope now we'll also have the opportunity to know each other through these question and answer sessions. So again, a very, very hearty welcome. Thank you. We'll be together for the next hour. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Rupa, for that wonderful opening address. And just to remind us, today we're going to be part of the talk by Dr. Shetty. And the whole theme of today's gathering is from illness to wellness, from illness to wellness. And without wasting much time, we'll move down to another opening from the president of the Rotary Club of Maybog, and that's Mr. Clarel Berry. Over to you, President.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here with us, all those who have been able to attend this event. On behalf of all the Rotary clubs present today, on behalf of Rotaract Club and our partner clubs, Lion Club, we would like to give a special thanks to the Brahma Kumari for giving us this opportunity to collaborate on such an event. And without wasting much time, I would like to welcome our guest speaker for today, Dr. Chetty. We remain open-minded as for the 1 hour to come, we try to grasp all the benefits of healthy living, which you would share with us, and hope that this helps us in our life, in our everyday life, in our mission as Rotarian, and how we interact with others, how we put this in action in order to help others. It is very important for us in Rotary to help people in this period where post-COVID, I would say, and hope that this talk today is very much helpful to us. Thank you very much. Without wasting time, MC.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clarel, for a very brief speech. I was hoping that you would take more than 5 minutes, but you surprised me and you took less than 5 minutes. So that's wonderful. And that means that we have more time to listen to the wonderful talk by Dr. Shetty. We have to understand that in life, what you take in, what you eat is as important as any other thing in life. I'm not really a professional in the medical field, but at least I can testify to how I feel when I consume the wrong thing for too long. And I believe that we're in good company in the presence of Dr. Shetty. So Dr. Shetty is a dietitian and restaurateur. I think that word is spelled in a French way, so I think it's a borrowed word from French. And he's from Mumbai, India. So that means that he has wonderful things. First of all, before we continue, Dr. Shetty, I'm a big fan of Indian cuisine. So I hope that when you're speaking today, you're not going to tell us not to eat Indian cuisines, because I still want to stick with that. Anyways, so ladies and gentlemen, without wasting your time, I'll be handing over the podium now to Dr. Harish Shetty for his speech. And you have as much as 45 minutes and maybe a little bit above to speak. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Shetty.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So Om Shanti to my Brahma Kumaris, brothers and sisters, and also to my brothers and sisters of Rotary Club and Lions Club. I welcome you all to Ahar Veda. So today we are going to understand how a body works and what is it that we have to do to live a happy, healthy, and pain-free, medicine-free life. So I welcome you all. And before I start my talk, I would like to show you a few videos of people who have experienced Ahar Veda, and then we will continue. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Gini Aneja. That is my son Arjun. I had heard about Ahar Veda from a friend and I had gone for the seminar. And the way he's dedicatedly working with the children with special needs. Since I have a son with special need, I wanted to definitely try his treatment. So he has problem with standing and flexing his muscles, and all his muscles were very tight, which after his treatment, I have noticed that they have become more flexible. He used to be in his bedroom 24/7. Today, he does almost a 5-kilometer walk every single day. He's come out of a shell. I will not say that only physically there have been changes. I would say emotionally, mentally, he has come out of a shell. He was probably into depression. So he has worked on all levels. His treatment has worked on all levels. Today, within a span of, I think, about 6 months, he is a lot better. And now, after 28 years of physiotherapy, which hope I had lost, so a child usually starts walking at 1 year without support. Other than that, a child would probably start climbing and getting down the steps at 2 or 3 years of age. After 28 years, I am seeing my child walking. But seeing your child do that after 28 years, I couldn't stop the tears from my eyes. And you have no idea how I feel.
Hi, I'm Chirag Shah. Got a chance to come over here. I have been following his diet, and in 7 months, I've lost 51 kilos. And all with his diet. And now I can explain better, and I can get many more people over here.
My name is Mitali. It is 3 years back that my mother was diagnosed with cancer. In order to support her, I started along with her in this journey of following Ayurveda. Sir himself is so full of positive energies, gets transferred to you. After following the diet, what I realized that was my body went through a lot of changes. I had a tendency to react immediately. I had a tendency to get angry. I had a tendency to get anxious. I had a tendency to worry. But with Sir, in the process, I have become a very calm person. In a situation where I would usually worry or react, I have started to handle the situation with a lot more maturity. And this is all thanks to Sir. Otherwise, I don't think I would have reached these levels of dealing with any situation.
शेट्टी का तो जवाब ही नहीं है। ऐसा में मुझे 2.5 महीने में इतना फर्क आ गया और मेरा शुगर तो एकदम नॉर्मल हो गया, वेट लॉस हो गया 3 महीने में 10 किलो। सच्ची मैं भगवान का ऊपर विश्वास नहीं करती हूँ, इनका ऊपर विश्वास। आज मन से मैं हर 15 दिन में बोलेगा तो भी मैं आने को तैयार है इनका स्पीच सुनने के लिए। सच्ची मैंने किधर भी ऐसा नहीं देखा। बोलते हैं भगवान का ऊपर ये करते हैं, सब लोग सत्संग उधर जाते हैं, मैं किधर भी नहीं। मैं इनका ऊपर पहले एक बार आई, अभी तो मन में ऐसा भर के आता है नहीं कोई है ही, उनको जाके मिल के आ जाओ बात। और सेकेंड टाइम एक खाना खींचता है, होटल का खाना का खींचता नहीं, ये खींचता है। मेरा एज 66 है, मैं किधर भी इतना खाना के ये नहीं है, ये खाने के लिए शौकीन और इनका ये दही वड़ा खाने का।
Joshi, and I'm the chairman and CEO of ProLight Autoglow Limited. Last year, Jan, I was detected with 3 blockages, 2 of them being 100% and 1 being 90%. And I was given a couple of hours to live, and I had a choice whether to go under the knife or carry on with my particular life. And I chose the other way, and I chose to go in for natural therapy and natural products to heal myself. After a couple of days, through some particular person, I met Mr. Harish Shetty, and he advised me this particular diet, which I was taking for the last 1 year or so, which helped me change the entire outlook of my body and to change myself. 3 of my collaterals have been developed after this particular diet and other particular exercises that I used to do. And I don't need to go in under the knife and have an angioplasty or a bypass because my heart is now perfectly healthy enough.
Hello friends, I'm Pallavi Sheth here. I'm a teacher by profession I did not find anybody to take care of my diabetes. I had it as a hereditary problem. And I was not aware what was happening. And I neglected it a bit. And then one day I found that I was not able to move my leg. And at that time, I was running very high fever, vomiting. I didn't know what was happening actually. And then we had to call the doctor. And to my shock, the doctor said that it is gangrene. And I will have to ampute my right leg. And it came as a big shock of my life. And this diet has not only helped me to come out of diabetes, but it has helped me to heal the wound also wonderfully well, without much of assistance of the medicines and insulin. Wonderfully miraculous thing was that in spite of having diabetes, I was free to eat mangoes, bananas, and sugarcane juice, which we can't believe normally. And I feel that we have the 4 Vedas in our Indian culture. But this Ahar Veda, the 5th Veda, is the most wonderful Veda. And it has been totally designed and created by Dr. Harish Shetty ji. And I wish Dr. Harish Shetty all the best for his successful mission in future, not only in India, but all around the world. And God bless him always and ever after.
Once again, welcome you all to Ayurveda. Ahar means food. Veda means philosophy, a way of life. There is no manual for a way of life for human beings. For every product that human has created, there's a manual how to maintain it, how to keep it in a good condition. But there are few scriptures where a lot of reading is to be required and to understand. But in our Veda, we have made it very simple how to live a medicine-free, pain-free, and a independent life forever. So we will understand today the journey of a good life. Next. So Ayurveda, we have heard the saying that what you eat is what you are. So in Hindi, there's in Bhagavad Gita, Paramatma has written, Jaisa Ann Vaisa Man. That is, how your food is, your mind is. And Jaisa Ann or Man Vaisa Tan. So how your food and mind is, your body is. So on those lines, Ayurveda is designed. So if you eat right, you will think right. And if you eat and think right, you will be healthy and happy. So we begin with food, ahar. There are so many types of food that we eat every day, variety of food. Morning, when you get up, the first thing that comes in your mind, what is breakfast? And as soon as you finish your breakfast, the second thing that comes to your mind, what is there for lunch? And before you go home, you want to know what is for dinner. So food, right from the time you're born till the time you die. The first thing that is most important for us is food. So whenever we meet people, we ask them, what did you eat? Or what is there for lunch? Or what is there for dinner? So there are a variety of food. Like in India, every community has got a different variety of food. And every 15 kilometers, you will find different variety of food. But instead of just asking, and it will give all the pain and parameters, different parameters. So we have to understand that food is not food, but it is fuel. No, human beings have created a lot of products. Like the laptop I'm talking to you, or an air condition that is running behind me, or any electrical things, everything that human beings have made, they have understood that there is a particular fuel that is important. How will the product run? But at the same time, we have to understand that this body also needs fuel, fuel that will create energy, fuel that will build the energy, fuel that heal the food, heal the body. So we have to understand what exactly is the fuel. We have understood of everything, of every product that has been created, but we don't understand our own fuel. So today we'll learn how we are going to live a healthy life. But before I start for the body, I would like to start you all to know that the first question of a human being should be, who am I? I am the body? No. I am a particular designation? No. I am a soul. I am a master of the body. And the master is the soul. Because if you don't remember that you're a master, you will not be able to control this mind and body. So to change yourself, you have to first remember that I am the soul. And once you remember that I am the soul, we will remember the power of the soul. The power of the soul is love, peace, purity, honesty, and joy. So when we know the power of the soul, we also know that we have to use only these powers, because we all love people to be honest towards us. We all love people to be loving us. We all love people to be caring for us. So we have to give the same thing that we all want. And second thing is, when people die, I just lost my father a few weeks back, and I got a lot of messages, RIP, 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 rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. But you will only rest in peace if there is LIP, live in peace. So remember that you're a soul. People say, who's resting in peace? Let his soul rest in peace, we say. But why don't we remember that we are a soul when we are alive, when we are on a daily work? We should always remember that we are a soul and what is our power of soul. So once we remember that, we become the master of not only this body and mind, but every situation that will come, and we have to face it. So once we are the master, everything that is difficult will become easy. Intelligence is what? Intelligence is making a mountain into a mole, and retardedness is making a mole into a mountain. So today we will understand that. And we will proceed ahead to the body and how it works. Thank you. Next. So the body is made out of 5 elements: air, water, fire, ether, and soil. We have come down to this earth. God has sent us to this earth with all these 5 elements, and our body is also made of 5 elements. So once we know that we are made of 5 elements, then we have to understand that how important these 5 elements are. So out of the 5 elements, 3 elements are getting poisonous. Today we are scared of water. Today we are scared of food. Today we are scared of air. In Mumbai where I stay, We drink that bottled water. Everybody's drinking that water, thinking that that water is pure. And when I was small, I used to go to school without a water bottle, and there used to be a school tap where water was running, and we used to on that tap and make our hands into a cup, and we used to drink the water. We should never question. We should never doubt water. We should, in the evening, I have a restaurant in my city in Andheri, and there used to be about hundreds of children coming in the evening. It's very, very expensive. And, because of the quality of food, because of the quality of air, because of the quality of water, our body is getting deteriorated because of all the chemical that we are using it. So it is very important that every country, it's not just India, this issue is for every country, and we have to work towards it, because if air, water, and food, that is soil, is of not of a good quality, how are we going to survive? And the illness is coming from there. All the illness, today food doesn't have the required vitamins, multivitamins. That's why we have to take 50 years back or 60 years back. We never knew about vitamins and multivitamins in those days. Our ancestors lived a good life. But today we look out for all these supplements. And secondly, what is important is that nature has created some kind of food for us, and we don't consume that, and we change the genetically modified foods, which is changing our genes, which is very important that we bring a change here, because it is not just the food, but it is the atmosphere, how we live in. So next subject will be that.
Excuse me, Brother Harish, can you come closer to your laptop because voice is a little bit low.
Hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, a little bit closer so that we can hear you better.
Better?
Is your volume okay? Is it full?
Yeah, it's full. Volume full. No?
Closer, better. You come closer, it's better. Thank you.
Better?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So when I becomes we, illness becomes wellness. Who is I is me, and we is the nature around. So there are two kinds of nature. One is nature within us, and one is the external nature. When these two align together, then only we can have a happy and healthy life. Because everything that the nature provides is what is required for this body. So illness has to be changed. Then we have to also understand that our nature within, like if a person is of a good nature, we say he's a good natured person or she is a good natured person. So until unless the nature within is not improved, that is love, peace, joy, forgiveness, all these things don't happen, then the nature outside is not going to support us. So for a good, healthy life, the first thing we have to improve is our nature within. So the nature within and the nature outside has to be balanced. So from imbalance to balance. Like a doctor, when a patient comes to him for a fracture or a crack in the bone, the doctor balances the bone, but what heals it is the body itself. The crack or the fracture is not healed by the doctor. The doctor only balances. So in the same way, if life is balanced and health is balanced, then only we will have good health. So from imbalance to balance, today we only know one balance, and that is the bank balance. Rest, everything is imbalanced. Today there's so much that has been developed in last 40 years, but is it taking us towards a balanced life or an imbalanced life? We all know. So that balance has to come back to our society. Today in 40 years of development, 40 to 50 years of development, life is getting more insecure, and imbalanced. So I feel that, lot of development has happened, but what is important is that we need to come back and we have to get back to our roots, because our roots if our roots and culture is not strong, we will not be able to live a happy life in the society. So before we know the way of life, we have to understand the law of nature. So what does the nature do? It continuously gives. It never asks back. The sun will always give light. The water will always quench, and the plants will always give fruits. So it will not judge. What it will not judge is whether you are a good person or a bad person, whether you deserve it or you don't deserve it. The nature will never judge you. So you have to continuously give to society. Nature lives in abundance, and everything is in abundance. The sun will give you light in abundance. The water around you is abundance. Everything, the fruits, one seed will give you a whole tree, and a whole tree will give you thousands of seeds to have more trees. So everything is abundance. Nature is never limited. It's always unlimited. So as I already told you, non-judgmental. Nature is non-judgmental. Nature will never judge what kind of person you are. That is your problem. I am only here to give and give and give. Nature is always disciplined. The sun will rise at the particular time which is to be which it is decided. The night will happen. The monsoon time will be perfect. Is the same months. The winter is in the same month. In advance when monsoon is, when winter is, when spring is. Everything is disciplined. So we have to understand that we need a disciplined body lifestyle, and in the end, the nature is silent. Everything that is silent is constructive. Like a seed will become a tree without an iota of noise. But when do you get that noise? Is when you destroy the tree. A sun will shine you, the whole earth will shine without iota of noise. So silence is the power. So be in silence as much as possible for a good constructive life. Components of a healthy lifestyle. So components of a healthy lifestyle is, in Hindi, I'll tell you first, is ahar, vihar, and vichar. So ahar means food, vihar means the surrounding, and vichar means your thoughts. So until unless you don't have good food, good quality of food, good quality of surrounding, and good thoughts, you will not be able to live a healthy life. Illness will always remain illness if these things are not improved. So ahar, what kind of ahar food we should consume? The bihar, that is the surrounding. Just imagine you have got clean food but a dirty plate. You will not be able to eat it. If you have got a clean plate but the quality of food is dirty, you will still not be able to eat it. So until unless your plate is also clean and your food is also clean, you will not be able to do justice to your body. And when you don't eat the right quality of food or right kind of food, your thought process will not be right. So for a good thought process and a healthy life, your surroundings and your food should be perfect. You are the master of your body, like the driver of a car. So if the car is not fit, the driver can fix it. But if the driver only gets ill, who will fix the car? Nobody can fix it. So it's very important that we remember that we are not the body, we are the master of the body. Every moment, any situation, you have to remember that I am the master of the body and I am the master of every situation that comes to me. So what is the happiness? The first happiness of life is, I'm alive. Problems will only come to people who are alive. Dead don't receive any problems. So first thing, the happiness is that I am alive and let the problems come to me. No problem, because only people who are living gets a problem and we can solve it very easily. But we have to understand that, like a still water, you can see your face in that. But if you have got a boiling water, will you be able to see your face? No. The same way, when the mind is still, when the mind is peaceful, you can see all your solutions around you. But if your mind is not still, even if it's at the arm's length, the solution, you will not be able to see it. So it is very important that we still our mind, and stilling of mind is just accepting the problem. Once you accept the problem, that okay, no problem, let it be. If you have got a solution, just solve it. Otherwise, leave it. But don't brood over it. That is very important. And when you become the master of the situation, you will have a solution. Why we eat food? Why we put petrol in a car? It's the same thing. We eat food for energy. We eat food for sleep. We eat food for repair. For all these things, we eat food. But we don't know what is the right food. God has created this body. So for many years, we abuse it. And then when the parameters are different, then we try to search, learn, Google, everything we do. Only if there's a problem. Otherwise, we just go on. We never think the why we eat. So from today onwards, my brothers and sisters, please start thinking why we eat food. We need energy, and that energy is created or not, we have to understand. So healing is automatic. Like I told you, that when the body is balanced, healing starts taking place. So the right fuel, the right rest, and the right cleaning. Three things are important for a good, healthy life. So fuel is food, what we have to eat, how we have to eat, and how much we have to eat is what is important, which we will discuss in the next session. Rest, if you're taking support for your rest, like liquor or sleeping pills or anything else, you are not in a proper healthy lifestyle. If you should not take support for sleeping, it has to come as soon as you touch your bed, you should start snoring. That kind of healthy body you should be having. But if you're not getting a good sleep, means your body is unwell. You don't have to do any checkup. Your body is unwell. And if you're taking support for flushing out in the morning, then also your body is unwell. So these two things, rest and cleaning, will only happen automatically when you put the right fuel into the body. So it is very important to understand that how we are going to rest, how we sleep, what time we sleep, and how the body cleans in the morning, why it does not do, why people have got constipation. Everything we will be learning in the next session. So for today, these are the important things that we start. And for the next session, we have got a lot of subjects that we will be speaking on, and we'll have it in our next program. If there is any questions, you can ask and we will answer you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shetty, for the wonderful presentation. It has been really educating. And right now we are already at the point where we're open for questions and answers. So case if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat, and or you can just ask directly for your mic to be unmuted, and then we listen to Dr. Shetty answer the questions. First of all, I'd like to ask a question just while we're waiting for other people. Dr. Shetty, you said something. You said you are not the body, you are the master of the body. That means you are the soul, you are the master of the body. And that really struck me. It sounded really interesting. So I would like for you briefly to explain to us, what is the difference between a person whose soul is the master of the body and a person whose body is the master of the soul?
So, my friend, you go to church?
Yes, I do.
You go to church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every week. And after praying, what do you do? Father, Son,
and the Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay. So now you know Father, Son.
Mm-hmm.
Now you tell me who's the Son?
I'm here to learn.
The Son, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you know who's the Father?
Being God, yeah.
Yeah, which God?
The God in heaven, the one and only God.
God in heaven, right?
Yeah, the supreme God.
Yeah, so what you say? Father here, the Spirit. The Spirit is here. So, Father, the Supreme Spirit. Okay, because we come into body consciousness, the Son, because we connect with Him as a body. We don't remember our Father, the Supreme Soul, and we are also a soul. So Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and this Holy Spirit is us. So first prayer is to the Father, second to the Son, and then for yourself, Holy Spirit.
Right.
So it is very important, because once we know that we are a soul, we will be able to understand the powers of the soul. And once you understand the power of the soul, you know, you will leave the devil's hand and you will be able to hold the God's hand. When we are in doubts, when we are in stress, when we are in anger, ego, we are holding the devil's hand. And then it's a break fail, and you don't know what will be your loss. So immediately when you know that you're holding the devil's hand, leave his hand and hold God's hand, the Father and the Son. So it's very important that once you remember that I am the soul, the master of the soul, because you don't say I hand, you say my hand. Who is that my? You are owning every part of the body. So once you know that you are owning who is owning that? The soul. When the body dies, what dies is the soul that is left. And what we say, let his soul rest in peace. So it is very important to understand the power of the soul. Because once you remember the power of the soul, you will never go wrong.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'd like us not to spend so much time on my questions, given the fact that I am the MC here, so it would be quite selfish of me. Please, the floor is open for any of us that has further questions for Dr. Shetty.
Yes, I have a question. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Sister Niti here.
Yes,
you
Sister
talk
Niti,
about.
how are you?
Fine. You talked about
Yes,
we have an internal nature and an external nature, and we need to strike a. We need to strike a balance.
Your voice is breaking. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your voice is breaking. So, yeah.
So you've been talking about internal nature and external nature.
Right.
I wanted to know, how do we strike a balance between both natures? Because from what I gather, if one nature is not working properly, there will be difficulties in the health. So I wanted to know, how do we strike that balance?
See, important thing is, what is nature? We have to understand that first. Good nature and bad nature. We all know what is a good nature because our consciousness is there. We all know what is bad nature. So every time we have to be in that good nature. And when we are in a good nature, we never worry. Like a child who goes to school and study and follow the rules of life, rules of the school, why would he fail? He will always stand first. He'll never have a fear of failing. So in the same way, when we live in the nature, in the law of nature within, right, we will never fail. And when our internal nature is good, our external nature supports us. Everything will be at your doorstep. Like when a child is born, the child's nature is so pure that there is milk in the mother for the child. The child doesn't need to look out for anything. All the medicine for the child is there in the mother's milk. Because the child is pure. But once the child grows up and starts deciding on its own, what happens? Fear, stress, anger, everything happens. So what we have to do is that, first is we have to adjust our internal nature. Honesty, purity, love, joy, all these things. And when we have got the internal nature powerful, what you will do? Your mind will be so clean and clear that you will never destroy the external nature. Because the external nature, God himself has created it so perfect that what we are doing is that we are polluting it and destroying it. And we are the only species out of the 84 lakh species who are polluting and destroying nature. Rest, all nature are all nature supportive. So it's very important that we maintain a good balance between internal nature and external nature.
Thank you.
I hope I answered your question, Sister Niti.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Please feel free to go ahead and ask your questions.
Yes, please come, please. Hello? Can you repeat your question, please?
Monsieur Darshan, pas unmute et pose une question.
Wait, yes. Sorry. I had some problem with my laptop. Okay, very nice speech, but my question is very simple. let me tell you about myself. I am someone from Sri Lanka. So, and I am settled in Mauritius. But the issue is that Mauritian has a different eating culture and compared to other countries. So I experienced that myself, being someone from originated from Sri Lanka. There's some kind of different culture. Does it affect the way we eat, and does it affect the health of a body of someone?
See, as per nature, we are all perfect. 2 eyes, nose, mouth, head. Whether you are in Sri Lanka, whether you are in India, you are born in the same way. Whether you are in Sri Lanka, whether you are in India, you breathe the same air. You eat the same kind of food. Everything is similar. The culture is only in the mind. How we are grown, how we are brought up in the family. But otherwise, nature is same for everybody. Culture is same for everybody. We are all God-loving people. We love to be loved by somebody, cared by somebody. So why we have got different culture? We are of the same culture. Right? Whether you are in Sri Lanka, whether you are in Mauritius, whether I am in India, nothing matters. But like if a car manufacturer takes his car from US to Germany or Sri Lanka or India, the petrol will be the same. We won't have different petrols or fuel. So same way, we have to understand that any culture is only to make us a better human being. Perfect?
Yes.
Have I answered your question, or you have got some other queries?
It makes me a better have a better clear image on what you said.
I didn't get your question.
I'm having a better image on what you answered to me, so I will reflect on that personally on myself. I will try to reflect on that.
Yes. Okay. No problem. Thank you.
Om Shanti, brother. We have a sister, Sister Sheila, who is asking a question. Doctor,
Sheila,
can you tell us? Can you tell us more about what food diet is healthy as per Ayurveda?
What food diet is healthy? Yeah, that's what, it's a very long session, sister. I need at least half an hour, 45 minutes to complete that subject. So that's why I've kept it for the next session.
I suppose Sister Sheila has got the answer. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to come soon with that part of session.
Brother Shetty, Dr. Shetty, maybe a few hints about the proper diet and food, just not to keep, people too much in suspense, because that may ache their stomach. We have to wait for the next session to get help.
It is not a suspense. It is just that it's a long session. I mean, I cannot complete all the subjects in 45 minutes. So if I won't be able to do justice to it, you will not understand. So that is why I need a session for that.
That's true. That's true. So we'll make sure the next session comes as early as possible.
I will be delighted. I'll be there at your service.
Thank you.
Dr. Harish?
Yes, sir.
It's Manoj speaking.
Yes, sir.
In one of your slides, you mentioned components of healthy lifestyle. Okay, yeah. You mentioned ahar, vihar, and vichar.
Vichar.
Can you please lay stress on vichar? Ahar, we understand what is ahar. Can you please lay some stress on vihar and vichar? Thank you.
Vihar is your surrounding. People always say that, oh, he was from a bad society, that's why he's like that. That means his surrounding was not good. Or if your surrounding is good, your friends are good, your neighbors are good, then you become a good human being. So same way, if you are outside nature, like whatever is there, the plants, the air, the water is your surrounding. If those things are not clean, or if those things are hazardous, then you can't live a healthy life. And when your food is not right, your health is not right, your thought process is not right. So vichar is thought process. So thought process has to be right, but that will only come when you eat the right food and you live in the right surrounding. So when you eat the right food and you live in the right surrounding, your thought process will also be good, peaceful, joyful, lot of love. Because what you receive is what you're going to give. So what you'll receive from the surrounding, like if I've got a glass of juice, then only I'll be able to share it with others. No? If my glass is empty, what will I share with? So our food, vihar, surroundings, like ahar is food, vihar is the plate. The plate has to be clean. If the plate is dirty, your food is not going to be put in that plate. So you will not live a healthy and happy life if your surrounding is not good. Like today, our surroundings, like I'll give you an example that I went to watch a movie with my nephew. Okay. And over there was a video screen about cancer. And they said that, don't eat tobacco, don't smoke, don't eat gutka, all these things. And otherwise you will get all these cancers. They showed the tooth cancer, mouth cancer and everything. So my 10-year-old nephew is saying, Kaka, if this is not good for health or life, why are we selling it outside? Yes. So I didn't have an answer. When in a packet it's written that you might get cancer, why are we allowing the society to sell these products? And then we know that everywhere there are drugs. And we put fear in our children. We shout at them. We blame them. We accuse them. That's not the right way of thinking. If we don't keep our surroundings, our society clean, why are we to blame our children? It is our duty, our generation duty, to see to it that everything is perfect around, so that our children can grow up in a good society. Today, every parent in India or in Mumbai are scared about everything. But everybody is scared, nobody is doing anything. Today, we know that cancer is coming from food, air, and water. But what are we doing about it? Nothing. We are stressing on cancer research. Why don't we stress on research on air, water, and food and make it more healthy, make it more affordable? No, these things are not there in the society. That is what I meant, that surroundings. Surroundings is not just your compound. If everybody keeps their compound and their footpath clean, this world will be a much cleaner place today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shetty.
Thank you, Dr. Shetty. Do we have any other questions? We still have some few minutes.
Don't be shy to ask questions, my friends. Everybody is welcome to ask questions. And I request the Brahma Kumari sisters that next time, please let us have some more time for the session, because half an hour or 40 minutes is very less for me to, it's a very health is today a big issue and everybody needs to understand that. So I feel that we should have a longer session to complete my talk.
I would like to share something with you. In the whole Africa continent, Mauritius happens to be, a topper on the list of high level of diabetes and blood sugar and heart diseases, and the biggest biggest problem
everything.
in whole Africa. I think Mauritius and Seychelles, the two islands, are the top list of high level of obesity. So there's a problem of too much of eating.
So what we will do is that in the next session, we will speak about everything, how we can heal ourselves automatically. No support. But you need to understand from the bottom, from the foundation. So I need some time. I need at least an hour for that.
Well,
will you be able to give me that? You saw all the videos.
Of course.
Just by eating the, right food and living a right.
We're looking forward.
So you give me some good time, and I'll come back to serve you all.
Well, I have something to add, maybe. Again, the president of Rotary Club Rosebell. Maybe it's not a question, but regarding the thoughts, the topic you shared regarding thoughts. I'm 34 years old very soon, and I'm vegetarian, pure vegetarian since my birth. And every time, since my knowledge, every time I have the same question. Have you ever touched chicken? Have you ever touched fish? Have you ever touched that, this, whatever it is? So I understand that it becomes on your thoughts. You have to control your thoughts. But at the same time, how do we handle this kind of stress?
Okay.
I know it's a very funny question, but
have you ever seen, what do you think, by nature we are vegetarian or non-vegetarian?
I don't have answer.
We are like a tiger who eats meat, or we are like a cow who eats grass. What are we? Okay, let me explain to you. We basically, by nature, we are only vegetarians. Okay. Have you ever seen a cow, elephant, horse, deer drinking water? Yeah. Have you seen or not seen?
Yes. I've seen.
You've seen how they drink. Okay, let me put another question. Have you ever seen a dog, cat, or a lion drinking water?
Yes.
How they do? How they drink?
By the tongue and mouth. They use their tongue. Exactly.
Tongue. Okay. A cow, horse, elephant, deer, all these drink how? They put their mouth and drink. They will not lick. They'll sip the water. They'll not lap the water. We sip the water or we lap the water? You don't know.
We sip the water.
Sip the water. So that's the first sign being vegetarian. So next time, if people ask that, are you a vegetarian? Then give this explanation. So you will not get stressed. That by nature we are vegetarian. By nature we are peaceful. By nature we are, we are joyful. By nature we are honest. But we go against the nature. So let's stick to the nature, and we will be living in abundance of happiness, health and happiness. So Ayurveda promises you medicine-free life. Ayurveda promises you an pain-free life, and Ayurveda will promise you an independent life. No taking support from anybody. No seva from anybody. Seva is not for taking. Seva is for doing. So if you want to do seva, then have an healthy and happy life.
Doctor, another question. You just talked about in one of your slides that our body, once our body is in balance, it starts healing itself. And what about meditation, the use of meditation in healing our bodies?
Yeah, for me, meditation is creating 24 hours of good thoughts. So when you create, otherwise you're like a computer programmed, but you're not a computer. You can reprogram yourself because your programming is very, very easy. One powerful thought is meditation. One powerful blessing is meditation. So 24 hours of blessings, 24 hours of happy thoughts, 24 hours of connecting with God is meditation. Meditation is not blanking your mind or stressing on your breath. No, the mind cannot be blanked. The body cannot live without breath. So the mind cannot live without thoughts. So we have to do meditation in a very simple way of thinking good, of thinking positive, of thinking happiness. So every thought that will make you happy is meditation. And every thought that will stress you is not meditation. So you decide now whether you want to do meditation or not meditation. Of course, Brahma Kumari meditation is fantastic. That's the next level. But initially, you can start by just thinking the right and thinking good every moment. If somebody you are angry on, the next thought should be, oh, I forgive him, because he doesn't know what he is doing. That is meditation. So slowly, when you start thinking positive, when you start forgiving, when you start loving without a reason, that is a meditative meditation for me. But if you want to improve on meditation, please go to Brahma Kumari centers, learn from the sisters how to meditate with the God, and you will have a different experience. I will tell you, I won't be able to express you what it is. But for me, life changed after that. I was a different person before I went to Brahma Kumaris, and today my viewpoint, my vision, everything is different today. Today, I learned to give without expectation. Just I learned to care without expectation. That is what Brahma Kumaris teaches here, and we will be very lucky if we connect with the Brahma Kumaris and build our life.
Thank you, Doctor.
Do we have any other questions at this point?
Yes, sorry, it's Manoj again.
Okay.
Dr. Harish?
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you one question. You mentioned cleaning under the heading of healing is automatic. Okay, what do you mean by cleaning? Is it cleaning, external cleaning? That is clean our body, clean our environment, or cleaning mean clean our internal body, clean our mind, clean
internal body. I mean, you should be able to pass your motion very easily and very freely. No taking support. Like I am seeing people, they drink liters of water to flush out, which is not right. So the flushing out should be very easy early in the morning, and it should be without any medicine. It should be without any difficulty.
Okay.
Have I answered your question, sir?
No, I would like to know, is it cleaning only internal or cleaning in its whole?
The cleaning is for the mind and body, both. For the mind is meditation, and the body is, passing motions. both should not be constipated. The mind should also be not constipated, and the body should also be not constipated.
Okay.
To live a healthy life.
Okay. Now I get the point. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'll leave it for other people to ask questions.
Yeah. Yes.
Do we have any other questions coming in? So if we do not have any other question, I'll just like to say a very big thank you to Dr. Harry Shetty for such a wonderful session. It was really very, it was not just educative, it was very philosophical and psychological. I think it was all round, very spiritual at some point as well. And so to say a very big thank you to Dr. Shetty. And just a reminder of some of the things that we spoke about. What struck me was, I think I asked a question concerning that, saying that you are not the body, you are the soul, the master of the body. And then components of a healthy life, you're talking about ahar, vihar, and vichar. That's food, surrounding, and thoughts. And I think these also, for me, a takeaway would be it's almost a taking full responsibility of yourself and your being, and making sure that you live a healthy life. And this, the training or the talk has really been educative. And I think it's like one of those Marvel or DC trailers, the way Dr. Shetty made it, where you watch the trailer and it says coming soon in cinemas. So we have to wait for a second session to get in depth and understand more about the different meals and the different regiments and everything that we have to do. And personally, I look forward to that session. So thank you very much once again to you, Dr. Shetty. We hope that this is not going to be the last session, that we interact with you, not just under the umbrella of the Brahma Kumaris and the Rotary, but maybe somewhere else in the world. This gathering can be the first step towards future collaborations. And at this point, after saying a big thank you to you, I'd like to invite Sister Rekha from the Brahma Kumari Center, Rosebell, to lead us through that session of meditation. Sure. Over to you, Sister Rekha.
Thank you, Brother Tavi. So let us spend the next few minutes in this beautiful experience of meditation. For those who are not used to meditation, you'll find it very easy. I'm going to guide you through a few affirmations. But first, I would like you to be seated in the proper position. So just sit upright, straight your back with your chair, with the back of your chair. Just sit up straight, your neck, your head, your spine straight, both legs, both feet on the ground. And I'll request Vaishnavi just for a visual to help us be more focused. So just keep your eyes open and focus on the point of light that you can see on the screen. And some very soft music is going to come up to help us relax our body, relax our mind. Alors, décroisez les pieds, décroisez les mains sur les jambes. Appuyez avec le dossier de votre chaise. Yeux ouverts ou fermés, c'est votre choix. So you can choose to keep your eyes open, placed on the point of light on the screen, or just close them. Take a few long, deep breaths just to relax the body. Give it a pause for a few couple of minutes. Breathe in and then breathe out. Slow, deep, long. Breathe in and And then breathe out. Every time you breathe in, try to turn your mind in. See yourself inside. The being, the soul inside. I start realizing that I can channel my mind, channel my thoughts. Either I think of the world out there, the physical world, but I can also turn my mind inside to look at my inner world. As I turn my mind inwards, I start realizing the being that I am, the life force that I am inside this body, like a driver who sits inside the car and takes control with the machine. I start understanding that I'm a spiritual being, a soul, l'être, taking control over the organs of this physical body. I'm in fact totally detached from this body. I am spiritual, I am energy, I am light, I am eternal, and the body is matter, and it's perishable. I, the light, the life within this body, is full of peace, silence, calm. I'm naturally peaceful. Peace is my inner force. It's my inner nature. And as a peaceful being of light, I can spread that natural peace to the whole body. And I can experience peace radiating out from the soul into every part of my body. I understand that my body needs peace to come into balance and function as it should. It functions to its best when it is peaceful, and it is at its worst when that peace is replaced by worries, anger, or stress that I, the being, create in my mind. So I, the being, the soul, take control over my body and also over my mind, and give my best thoughts to my body to keep it well, to keep it fit, to keep it at its best. And now, with my mind, I connect to my Creator, the Supreme Being, God, who is the Supreme Light, the ocean of peace, love, and bliss. And as I make a spiritual connection with my mind, with that Supreme One, I start drawing His energy, His light into me. It's like recharging the battery of my mobile. As I connect to God, I start getting recharged with His peace, His power, His blessings, which flows into me, the soul, and then gets diffused into the body. restoring balance to my body. I remain connected for a few more seconds with the Supreme, drawing his light, drawing his joy and bliss, drawing his love into me by the soul, and then spreading it out throughout my whole body, healing my body, and having feelings of thankfulness and respect to the Supreme. I'm a peaceful soul in a peaceful body. Under the shower of God's light, I am a healthy soul in a healthy body. I take a deep, long breath to complete my meditation. In through the nose and then out through the mouth. Om Shanti. Now gently I can move my body. And I bring back my awareness to my physical life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Rekha, for that session. And I think we're right on time right now for a vote of thanks by the president of Lions Club of Grand Port, and that's no other person than Mr. Taslim Mandari. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tabe. To begin with, I would like to say, let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our soul blossom. And on behalf of the Rotary Clubs of Mocha, Mayberg, Rosebell, Rotarac of Rosebell, Brahma Kumaris, and Lions Club of Grand Port, we would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Harish Shetty, who has spared his time from his busy schedule to grace this very enriching webinar.
Excuse me,
and thank you.
Would you mind putting on your cameras because we can't see you?
My camera is on.
Good, now we see you.
So, on behalf of the Rotary Clubs of Mocha, Mayberg, Rosebell, Rotarac of Rosebell, Brahma Kumaris, and Lions Club of Grand Port, I would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Harish Shetty, who has spared time from his busy schedule to grace this very enriching webinar. And thank you, dear audience, for your time off on this Saturday afternoon. Thank you very much, Dr. Shetty, for this wonderful experience. Wish you all a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful closing by the president of the Lions Club of Grand Port. And finally, I'd just like to say a brief thank you to Vaishnavi and Atish. They're actually behind the scene for the live streaming on YouTube and the Zoom meeting that we're having. So a very big thank you to them. They're the technical hosts of this session. So even though we can't see them, without them would not really be having this wonderful uninterrupted session together. And I have nothing else to say at this point other than to say thank you to everyone that found out time to attend this meeting, and have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, bye.
And just a note at the end, Dr. Harish, we're looking forward for you have had a very, you've shown us a very powerful trailer of what is coming, and we are going definitely to work together with a good team of Rotary clubs in the south of the island plus the Lions Club, and we are going to put up something and make it happen in the near future. We are looking forward to hear from you.
I look forward for that, sister.
You are leaving us with a lot of suspense, and we want to break that, and we want to learn more from you. So we'll be in contact, and we'll meet. The team is going to meet, and we're going to plan another event where you can share practical things about what we can do to make health happen in our life. Thank you so much.
For sure, for sure. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Om Shanti.